Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Wire and Electronics podcast, where we're connecting you with a solution. I'm your host, Jalen.Barnes. I want to hear from you. I want to know what platform you're listening on. Are you listening on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud? How did you find me? Was it through Instagram or LinkedIn? I want to know, so leave me a comment below or shoot me an email. You can find my email in the description below. I only recently had the pleasure of meeting today's guest, but I'm very familiar with the product line known as Legrand. It's a prestigious name that you'll recognize immediately, and I'm very happy to be able to discuss this manufacturer on my podcast. So without further ado, please welcome Kevin.kearney, Director of Field Sales Engineering Data Communications for Legrand. Welcome, Kevin.
Thank you, Jalen.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, sure. Well, Director of Field Sales Engineering, that sounds a little ambiguous there. Well, what it is, at Legrand, we have a team that is dedicated to the customer experience. It's called the Technology Center of Excellence. And what the Technology Center of Excellence does is basically from a customer's inquiry all the way through the order to the shipment to the final installation, we endeavor to support the customer every step of the way. My team, the field sales engineering team, gets involved early. We are the needs analysis people that talk to the customer and find out what type of rack or cabinet or what's their vision. Then we have people that can take the vision and put math and put it on paper in Visio concept diagrams, AutoCAD drawings. We can even assist with Division 27 specifications. I have a colleague that says we don't just take what a customer's requesting. What we like to do is find out a little bit more about why they're requesting it and help them design something that they'll be even happier with.
That is awesome and extremely helpful to any and all. I know some people right now who would hop all over that. As a
Great. Then what if you need some help with the project in terms of working on deadlines and deliverables and that? We'll designate a project manager on a project if there's a need for it. Once the project is complete, we'll be familiar with that customer and hopefully retain that customer for future business. So really everything from concept to order to post-sales support, you'll find that at Legrand.
So tell me, and you touched on this a little bit, but tell me about Legrand's different categories that Legrand exists in.
Yeah, so you may be familiar with Legrand if you've gone into a DIY store like Home Depot or Menards or Lowe's or what you have in your area for light switches and electrical outlets, and that's really where Legrand got their start. They've expanded to include a variety of brands that you're familiar with. Now in the Datacom, pretty much we cover everything in the data center or the enterprise network in terms of the infrastructure. So racks, patch panels, cable management, cabinets, PDUs. Raritan, if you're familiar with Raritan or Server Technologies, they are brands of Legrand now too. So everything really but the switch, we have a solution for.
So what do you think sets Legrand apart from other manufacturers?
So I think two things really: the breadth of our solution. I mean, really, if you look at what we just spoke about, there's a variety of products and a variety of solutions that we can offer. But more than that, I think it's our technology center of excellence and our ability to work with customers on custom solutions, trying to understand what their needs are through a thorough needs analysis and working with them to achieve a successful data center or infrastructure, doing custom racks or cabinets to meet the size requirements. We had a customer that our cabinet was too tall for them because they needed an 18-inch clearance from the ceiling to cover the sprinkler system. Mm-hmm. And so we can make adjustments like that. So flexible and options are examples.
It makes a world of difference.
I would say that you probably get the quickest responses in the industry when you call us.
For sure. No, I would concur on that one. You guys are excellent with that. Yeah. All right. So what do you say would be new on the horizon for Legrand? Whether it's something that's coming up, something that's already out there, what's got you excited and that you want us to get excited about?
Okay. Well, we had, for the last 10, 15 years, we've had everything is moving to the cloud, right?
Yeah.
The cloud data center, so email, Netflix, Google, all that. Okay, now some of that is moving back to the local area. And why is that? It's because of latency. Now, eventually, when we get to things like autonomous vehicles, we're going to need to have some of that decision-making power locally, right? Yeah. So one of the things we're looking at is called edge computing. In other words, we're moving some of the compute power back to closer to the users. Mm-hmm. And that's really one of the products that we released is to deal with that, is a lot of these rooms are a premium now. So you are, if you're limited on space, we need something to house the equipment, the compute equipment, the switch, maybe a patch panel, to make some of those connections. So Legrand has introduced a new line of wall mount cabinets. What's really neat about that is with the vertical wall mount cabinet, and I think I sent you some information on that. It's got a very small footprint and allows you to store some basic hardware and connectivity all in a small footprint, and you have options in terms of an 8-rack unit, 4-rack units, or you can expand up to 26-rack units in some models. So
really?
We're looking at the this concept of edge computing, mm-hmm. and bringing some of the power back closer to the users, mm-hmm. As a goal, and also that would be helpful with smart buildings, because you're going to need to have some of those control, the control functionality, the wireless access points, all that stuff's got to go back somewhere. Mm-hmm. So a small edge cabinet would be a desirable thing.
Yeah. It's funny how that all comes back around full circle, so to speak. As we get in the cloud and kind of distance it from the user, and then we got to bring it right back.
Yeah.
It's funny. Sometimes I wonder how much security plays a role in that too. Whether it's measurable or not, but just the idea that I can handle it myself, that I've got it near me. Maybe it's really not that much more secure, but it just maybe feels that way and gives you that illusion of security.
Obviously, security is a big concern, and in part of that is the physical security. So a lot of these rooms don't have real robust locking systems or whatever, but we offer a variety of locking options for our wall mount cabinets, including a proximity lock, where just kind of like you might get into your office in the morning where you swipe a card by a reader. That's just one option in terms of the security of the cabinet as well.
Kevin, do you want to go ahead and I think we already did it a little bit, but go ahead and kind of describe what we're doing for our giveaway this month?
The vertical cabinet is what we're gonna give away. And what's really cool about our cabinets is you can easily reverse the door, just change the door handle, flip it around. So that's something that we're going to do. So
you have a couple of options on how you can enter to win. First, you must subscribe to the podcast either on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, or follow us on the Wire and Electronics LinkedIn page. You have to pick one of those 5. If you're listening to this podcast, then you are already on one of those 5 pages right now. So subscribe or follow. If you already subscribed or followed one of those pages, then you can skip this step. Step 2 is to simply email me at jalen.barnes@norfolkwire.com. That is in the description below, to let me know you subscribed to one of the pages. That's it. If you already subscribed previously, then all you have to do is email me. It's that simple. See the description below for the rules I just explained, and once again, my email address. If you win, you will be contacted by myself or Kevin to set up delivery of your prize. So hurry and enter for your chance to win. Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's podcast. Share it with your staff, coworkers, and friends. Leave a comment below and give me your suggestions for future topics. In the description, we have links to product sheets and materials regarding what we discussed in today's discussion. If you have any questions or would like to request more information or even a demonstration of everything we discussed today, please don't hesitate to contact Kevin or myself. Our info is below. Be sure to also check out the new wireandelectronics.com blog for exclusive content and interviews. Thank you for your support, and I'll close out today's podcast with an inspirational quote from Mark Twain. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. Thank you so much for listening. Give me your feedback. Be blessed, and I'll be back next month to connect you to the solution.